This is Muffled Mumbles ASMR, and welcome back to my channel. So, in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about topics that are a little more sensitive, like depression, anxiety, and insecurities and stuff like that. So, if you're not in the right mood to hear stuff like that, then maybe watch something else, because I know when I'm in a pretty bad mood, sometimes watching things that are about depression and stuff can trigger even worse. So if you think that might happen to you, click off this video and go watch something else. But if you're interested in hearing ways that I try to help my depression and try to help my self-confidence and all that stuff, you can stay and listen. But just because it works for me doesn't necessarily mean that it'll work for you, because everyone's different, everyone's brain is different, and everyone's situation is different. But if you do feel like you need to talk to someone, or life is just getting too hard for you to handle, I recommend you reaching out and speaking to your parent or something like that. I know it can be scary to make that first step, but I'm telling you, your family will appreciate it a lot more if you were to tell them how you're feeling, rather than you keeping it in and something happening to you. When I'm feeling down on myself and my confidence is feeling pretty low, I'll tell myself things like, oh, you're not good enough, or you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough. And then I remember someone told me that if you're feeling these negative thoughts about yourself, think to yourself before you say it, are these things that I would tell a friend? Would I tell a friend these things about themselves? And if you want it, then just stop right there and don't tell yourself that stuff, because if you want to say it to a friend, why would you say it to yourself? Like they say, you should be your own best friend. Even though most of you know that's kind of impossible sometimes, because sometimes you're your biggest enemy, But another thing that helps is I try to think about the big picture of things. So in the moment, I might be really sad, really upset, but then I think that one day I'm gonna look back and be like, I'm happy that I'm here today, that it got better, because it always gets better. I know that's cheesy and cliche, but it does always get better. Whether you're sad about your grades in school, because school can be stressful, especially with it being online and everything now. I know it can get stressful, but hopefully if it gets too stressful, you have a teacher that understands, and you can reach out to them and tell them that it's becoming too much, and they might put your workload a little less. But I know for me, sometimes I get upset about being lonely, single and stuff, and that I think that the perfect person for me isn't out there. But what's helped me some nights, when I'm feeling sad about that, is I think about how as I'm falling asleep, I'm like, well, this is one day less until I see the person that I'm meant to be with. Another day went by, so I'm one day closer to being with the person that I'm meant to be with, right? That day you just went through, it might have been rough, you might have been lonely, but that's just one day closer to you finding the one you're meant to be with. So, and then I tell myself that when I find that person, that all the struggles, all the heartache that I went through before will be worth it. And maybe that will help you if you're feeling that way sometimes. good to surround yourself with friends, because if you're feeling lonely and you're feeling like you don't need to be in a relationship, like I have plenty of friends that feel like they need to be in a relationship, which I try to tell them they don't have to, but I think they become codependent on other people, which is sad to say, but it's true. So that's why I think it's good to have a good group of friends that you can talk to and stuff, so that you don't become codependent on like a relationship or something like that. Also, I know a hard thing to do is like to speak to your parents. Like, it took forever for me to finally tell my mom, like, when I was upset or something. She would come in my room and like she could tell I was upset, but I would just tell her I'm fine, because you don't want to talk when you're in those moods. And if you say you're not fine, then they're gonna ask why, and it's gonna be like 20 questions. But eventually you just have to talk, so that it's not too much for you to bear. And hold on, let me unplug my Murny fridge because it just got turned on. Hold on. Sorry about that, we're back. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I know for me, another reason why I was so hesitant on telling other people about how I was feeling was because I didn't want to burden them, But you can't think of it like that. Think of it more like you're giving them the opportunity to help you. They love you, and you're giving them the opportunity to help someone that they love, which, trust me, is gonna make them feel better. Sure, they might be a little upset that you are feeling these ways, but they're gonna be happy that you told them in the end, and that they were able to help you in any way they can. And some people try to flip the situation on themselves. Like, I have a friend that anytime I tell them about like that I'm upset or a problem I'm going through, they'll be like, oh well, at least you're not going through what I went through, or something like that. And if that's the person you're confiding in, then find someone else, because that's not good. It's never good to compare your situation to someone else, because like I said, everyone's different. Everyone handles things differently. Some people are fine with making D's and F's like on tests and stuff, while others feels like the end of the world when they make even a C. Each person is different. It's all about your environment and your brain. And it's good to just focus on yourself and not think to yourself, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, I shouldn't be so sad about this because blah 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 isn't upset about it, because that's not good. That's just gonna make yourself feel worse. It's gonna make you feel like that you're overreacting when it's not overreacting. If it's causing you to react, then it's valid. There's no manipulation, nothing involved in that. It's just you're valid, your feelings. And like I said, it's very cliche, but it does always get better. It does. It might just be like, you have your lows and then you have your highs, but one day, it's gonna be, you're gonna have more highs than more lows. Right now it might feel like you're reaching lower and lower each and every day, but one day it will get better. I'm telling you, it will get better. Just, it takes the first step to reach out to someone and let them know what you're going through. You can even comment down below if you want to talk to me. I mean, I'm not the best at giving advice, but I can do my best and try to help you out as much as I can, because I know sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than it is to talk to someone that you know, because if you everything to a stranger, you don't really have to worry about them judging you as much because their opinion doesn't matter as much to you, rather than like you telling a friend and then they're like, whoa, and they think badly of you. But if a stranger thinks badly of you, then who cares? Not that I would think badly of you if you told me your situation. That's not what I meant. I was just saying, like, I know sometimes it's easier to confide in a stranger. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you found some helpful tips in this, and again, you can comment down below if you just need someone to talk to or anything like that. I hope this video helped in any way. I'll see you guys next time.